Blessings, wildlings. We're here for just a general reading today, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. Please remember that this could be past, present, or future. So yeah, go ahead and get started, I guess, because they were eager to talk about it. This is the Wildwood Tarot. It gave us a bunch of cards, and I'm going to go ahead and take them. Leave that one up there by itself, because it fell out by itself. Alright. Not that many cards. We got 10 in one of the sign readings the other day, so a lens here. This is a Len of the Ways. I personally resonate with this spirit being really strongly tied to her heart space and the beating of her heart itself. She's very old. There's not really a lot of information around her because of that, other than that she was a woman with a deer's head, sometimes just a deer, and sometimes just a drum beat. So she's asking us to look into our heart space to find the answers that we need right now, is the situation that I'm being shown. And this is in regards to something that either we have always done in our past lifetimes, or that ancestors in our direct bloodline did themselves at some point, that we're going to be wrapping up that story. We're moving towards some sort of, what's the best way to word that? Some sort of like, it's tumultuous. There's unrest around us, or a feeling of dis-ease, or like something is being taken, and it's a foundational energy. So, and there's not really much we can do about it. It's outside of our control, it feels like. Or this is a past situation too, so take what resonates with that. But this is leaving us feeling very drained and unsure about our current connections to others in particular. So we may feel like we're surrounded by enemies suddenly, or that no one around us is on our side, or can even really understand or see us when it comes to this problem that we're having, and so we're having to stand alone and learn about solidarity and being personally responsible for our emotions and feelings and problems. Which I feel like we have some sort of, this is King, so we're good at it, but it's not something we really want to have to do again, but it seems like we're going to once again have to be the solid wolf in this situation. And for some, they're saying now this is like a leadership situation, where you're the leader of this cluster of people that don't seem like they can emotionally handle it without you. And you may be not feeling great about that situation up here. You don't like being the leader of these people. You feel like they should lead themselves. But Spirit is guiding you through this situation, so I feel like you have a very major role to play in their life, even if it's frustrating right now. But we'll see what comes out more about that, is what they're saying. Alright, so there is a project that we are working on, or something that we've had to set down or stop because of this situation that's come up. And I feel like that's where maybe the frustration's coming up. So whether it's us being put into this tumultuous situation and now feeling frustrated, or being frustrated because we're having to lead people through a tumultuous situation that we believe should be able to lead themselves, we're upset about having to set this down, and this is making us have all sorts of emotions that maybe we're avoiding, because we can logically see why there is like this feeling of being trapped in a cave with just a fire and everybody's kind of struggling, right? We can see other people are in that space and we don't want to burden them with our emotions because it feels like it may be too much. And so that's where Hawk comes in. Hawk says that if we look at the emotions of these people from a logical perspective rather than an emotional perspective, we will be able to determine the sort of steps that we need to take in order to guide ourselves out of this situation, or to guide these people through this situation. There's something in our intuition too that's being blocked by the fact that we aren't addressing our emotions directly on this situation. What I'm seeing here is that these emotions make us feel something in correlation to our foundational energy, or our core belief that we don't really want to look at or observe at this time. It's triggering our inner child, and we need to sit down and address this issue with the inner child. The inner child will also have answers. And this is a logical step to take, though it is an introspective step. Sometimes when we move into like an introspective or an intuitive state, it may feel illogical because that's not logic, right? That's spirit. But sometimes if that's part of your logic strategy, use it. If it helps you find answers, use it. Uh, and otherwise just address this issue and its correlation in the present moment to the past situation in which you did not attain victory or have a positive outcome. So by looking at that past situation, you'll be able to be like, well, this is my game plan then, and it didn't go very well. So let's try a different game plan this time based on the strategies that worked or didn't work in that situation, right? And Hawk says you'll find the answer. You have the wisdom within you. There's pine cones in this tree too, which I'm being drawn to, and so definitely intuition, pineal gland stuff is important throughout this process. There are layers to this, is what Elena's saying. That's what this is suggestive at too. So there's a real world situation that we're working through, but there's also a Sobolo situation or an emotional situation that we're working through in regards to this. It's triggering us as much as it is pushing us to make change in the present moment around things as well. This stone I find very interesting. It's iron and it's slicked over a really cool piece of quartz and shirt, and so it's very special. And it's suggesting to me that we are constructing something that is very special. So we feel like we're losing something or we're going to lose something or something's being dismantled, but what it's being replaced with is so much better than what's being taken away this time that we may even be having a hard time like believing that this is possible, but it is. This landed upright on its own. You saw that, guys. So that's what we're building a new tower from whatever's coming down right now, so don't worry about it. Spirit's got a really good plan in mind. Once again, we're being drawn to our intuition or our psychic senses or things like tarot readings, or just sitting in our emotional field or dream states, and that's the sort of thing that draws to as well, to figure out how our foundational strengths and the things that we are good at in regards to our emotions and the feelings of others and general outcomes in emotionally triggering situations, what those strengths are and how we can utilize them to our advantage here. So we may be going into the situation feeling like maybe emotionally we can't handle it. And this is suggesting to me that we absolutely can handle it, but we're going to have to try to release the burden of feeling frustrated that this is seemingly taking us off path. Alen reminds us that there are endless ways to where we're going through the forest, and so there technically is no wrong path as long as we're heading towards the North Star. We're trying to remain under it, as our readings on my Instagram have been talking about here lately. So look up if it's still there, you're still in the right place, there's no wrong path, keep going. Yeah, again, there's a hidden something in our emotions in regards to this situation that will allow us to find a very solid, unconditional love balance for ourselves and others. So while we feel like right now at the beginning of this situation that it's gonna be like it played out last time, if we believe in the new strengths and the skills that we have gained and our ability to stand in our own strength and lead a pack and be a part of a pack, then we will be able to move forward through this situation with style and grace. So just believe in yourselves, is what they're saying. Believe in yourselves, trust yourselves, take a logical stance on things for a little while, even if that means going into emotional spaces or doing things that feel illogical to other people. What's logical to you is logical. Come up with a game plan. Figure out exactly how you want to approach these people or this situation in order to make it more into what you're looking for, and to really focus on the positive and potential outcome of it going better than last time and it actually culminating in something really special, and strong. If that's an iron stone, it's iron, it's strong, and resistant to magic, they're saying. So some of you maybe have been experiencing spell work or something like that that's throwing you off path a little bit, but that's going to prevent that. And if you look here, I don't know if it'll, there it goes, yeah, there's a little heart on that rock too. So there's love in this new situation that we're finding. And I'm hearing that that's something that people are looking for, especially with this card. It's not like romantic love, it's just like belonging to a community is what I'm hearing, or having a family, a true family. So that belongs here, and that's just part of that energy that you're rebuilding from this. So don't worry about what's coming down or what you're being led through or how challenging this may seem. You guys are set up for success on this. Just follow your intuition, pay attention to dreams and omens and that kind of stuff, and just believe in yourselves. And choose the most loving path for yourself and others, is what Elena is saying again. So stand in your heart space. This is a pattern you've been through. I'm hearing the third time now. She's drawing my attention to her symbol on her drum. So, and this one it's done quickly, so it may be feeling a little bit overwhelming because it's happening so fast. But just move into it with a logical mind. Try to release emotional resentment or negative feelings as much as you can, and take action when action is needed in the way that is most logical and beneficial to everybody. And you'll come out fine. Just fine. Alright guys, that is the general reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give me a subscribe, hit that like button, drop a comment, or check me out on Instagram under the same name. So, yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.